Hi, Saseni, and welcome back to Beth Mudhoni channel. I hope you're doing fine. We are good and we are trying to cope with our situation or my situation because nothing is getting better or a little bit I cannot say that I'm not feeling well, but I still have the symptoms of the coronavirus, and mir geht es nicht gut. That's how we say in Germany. In German we say I'm not feeling well. It's kind of I still have that thing in me, and I hope that in the next days I'm going to be well. Let me say I'm going to be well, but let me tell you, it's not everybody who goes without corona for 5 days. I told you we were all sick, and some of us, they are well, and nothing, you can see nothing, even the kids, nothing. But like we say, it's upon your immune. It's upon your immune, and that's why I can say everybody to do her part or his part, and the rest, let us wait for the rest, because what can we say? So today, I'm here just to tackle a little bit about the programs that we are having. So if you are new to our channel, you are most welcome. Please consider going back to the video so that we just take this time that we are answering how can I come, what next, what can I do, just what next is first search for a B1 certificate, the German language course, and the next thing, or still doing your exam, start searching a passport. I said if you want to go abroad, it doesn't matter which abroad outside your country, just consider having your passport ready. So let us go to the program. I had to write something, because as I told you, I cannot just talk freely like I did before. I have to think of something, I have to forget something, and so that's how German people are. And what they do, it's not that they won't remember or they will remember, they have assurance of what they want to say. So what they do, you will see somebody, she or he want to address a little bit, but she will come with a piece of paper and something that she want to address you. So it's very normal here. And so let us start with the programs. The programs you are using to come in Germany. I just want to tackle 3 programs, because let us not confuse ourselves. And I know the programs right now, which are very, at the moment, those people who are in the process, they are Aupair, they are social worker. Social worker, they are volunteer jobs. And I cannot call them jobs, is just to volunteer. And so the first program, Aupair, it's not a volunteer job. Aupair is a culture exchange for young people. So I can say mostly, it's between 16 and 26. And since the under 18, you are considered as a kid, so most of the companies don't want anything to do with 17, 16. They start from there. I can remember very well, we had somebody who was 17 when we finished our Form 4. And so through the process, it was just some months to 18. So they were considered, but she had the parent had to sign something to say that she or he, or let me say she, because she was allowed to come to do the culture exchange. So you have to consider this, that mostly they just want that you are over 18, because they don't have to ask when you come here, you mess up, they will search for the parent, or they will have the problem, oh, I am a parent, because under 18 here, you are considered as a kid. So that is one. And the other program is the volunteer programs. Those are the 2 programs. That is FSJ FSJ, that is FSJ, that's how we call it, Freiwilliges Soziales Jahr. That is a volunteer year. You go somewhere, you volunteer yourself, and then this person or this company, most of the cases are the companies, will have you for 1 year, and you can extend the 1 year to 1 year 6 months. The next program, and the age limit is between the same case to 16, but mostly considered from 18 to 27. That is FSJ. Another one is BFD. BFD is a federal, it's also part of social work. And this one, it's good because it is considered for everybody. Everybody, I mean, between 18 and anywhere. Right now, I told you in the last video that right now, people or companies are considering to take people who have gone for their pension. They are saying, why are these people going and staying at home? They need something to do. And as you know, here in Germany, we are very lonely. So they say, okay, this person with 65 or 60, they can still do something. And so they consider these people to come and volunteer for some hours here. And for the people who are coming, or the foreigners who are coming from their countries, it ranges from 50. 50, they say it's okay. 50 something, it's a bet. It's a 50-50. But it's not to say that you can come. You cannot come. Things are going every day. Things are changing here in Germany. So those are that is to program. Requirement for these programs are, first of all, the age limit, I told you. The second thing is KCSE, so a secondary school certificate from your country. The other thing is a B1 German certificate. And to clarify this, there are people you will see that they have come with A1, A2, like social year. When you go to any website, they will say from A1 or A2. But in the real sense, the companies right now, they want you to help them. We don't have that time that we had at our time. We had the time that somebody even could teach you German. But right now, people have to work, so you don't have time. I can remember very well when I was doing my social year that in the room where we were staying, that was in a somewhere with handicapped, and everywhere was the name of things. They could write a spoon, a table. They could write names for me, and so right now I bear you witness that nobody have this time for that. And at my time, there was we had people to work, and so there was time for this. Right now, there is no time for this, and so they will consider you to have a B1 certificate. Why? Because of the next step that I will tell you later. So another important thing is no infection disease. This one you have to take. I said this one, I have seen like 4 emails. And I said this one is important to address you people, because I don't want to tell you you are coming tomorrow and maybe you have something that they would not like to have. Most of the cases, you're coming to work with people. And so the rate of you coming to infect the others is high. So what I have seen, what I can say right now, because we had people who came as what do we call them? Azurant. Azurant is what do we say? Azurant. We say aseram. Aseram is also in English, or you seek for refugee. This is a word that everybody knows. When you search for refugees, I can remember very well at the time when I was in the hospitals, the first thing they were doing is to check if you have any infection. Those people, for the people who wanted to do practicals there, or some of them were nurses and some of them were doctors. So the first thing the hospital was doing is to check if they have any infection, any disease that can infect the other. So what they did is they checked for hepatitis, both A and B. That's what they were saying, that you have to get vaccinated. So that is one. Another thing they were checking is AIDS. If you have such disease, even here nowadays they just say this person, you cannot remove her from her own job and tell her go, you cannot. What the government want from the employers is such a job that fit this person. Because if a person is working, let's take an example in somewhere where is operation, she or he is operating. That means this person, there is the problem that this person can infect the other. Any injury can occur, and you know what I mean. And so they said, okay, this person should quit to that position and should be given like an office work in the hospital. So such things. And that's what you should just consider. If I have the infection, of course, this employer this person don't want to have me at that time, because he or she knows the consequences. Here, it's not allowed. It's right now they discuss about this, but they don't allow it. So that is one, and a very important thing, because I have been asked about this. Another thing is, if you are handicapped, to volunteer yourself. Here, it doesn't matter. If you're handicapped and you can do that thing, you just want to show it out, you can be able to do that. And so here they don't consider. I will make a video about handicapped in Germany, because that's where I realized people are not just handicapped, they just have less ability than the others. And that's where I realized this person can do something. Not like, I can remember where there was somewhere where somebody was hiding her handicapped son. So I could just think of, German, they can, if that the parent help this kid to go to, even not the parents, the government, where they take these kids, they are helped to do what they can. So that one I'll make another video. Another thing is very important: vaccination of coronavirus. This one you have to do it. You must do it. So there is no way you're coming here. I had somebody telling me they are not accepting, many companies are not accepting Johnson & Johnson. So you have to think of biotech and other. You have to Google, because every time I cannot tell you that I told you German people are German people who cannot say that we are going with this lure, it is a spoon, and they stay with a spoon. They can say today it's a spoon and tomorrow they say it's a plate. So you have to be going to their website and checking what is allowed to for you to enter in Germany, which vaccination. So that one, it's something that you should know. You're not coming here without being vaccinated. That is one. They were discussing about if people who are working in health department must be vaccinated, and that one is something that is right now, I think they won't be able to do it, but they will force people who are coming from outside to get vaccinated. Get it right. And not the government, but the company will say, if you want to come to our place, you have to be. And because you want the job, what should you do? You have to do it. Another thing is experience. This is one of the things that people are asking. One thing you should know, you don't have to have an experience of something. You're coming to volunteer. But I told you to improve your chances to get this volunteer vacancy. You have to volunteer yourself. That is one thing that you should know. So that's why I'm encouraging you. If you have done a caregiver job, that is a very good idea. If you have done volunteer, it's also okay, because these people will know, this person know what she is going to find here, because it's just that people are white, but what they need from you is the same thing that those people in your country need. So any volunteer job, it's very well. They will also say, this person is not only volunteering here, is also volunteering in in his or her country. So that is a positive thing for you, for the company. Another thing is, where can I volunteer? In Germany, you have so many places that you can volunteer. One is kindergarten, old home, hospitals, a daycare. Even a daycare, you can volunteer it, or you can volunteer in a less ability place, like handicapped. It's also, there are places where they sleep there, and there are places like the daycare, they come and in the evening they go back to their parents. Another thing is children's home. I don't know if I mentioned children's home. Now I'll come to this part, the places that you should be checking. I would not advise you to check for kindergarten, but if there are possibilities, that you should know that in hospital, in old home, that are the places that they have accommodation. And in kindergarten, of course, they go back home. And so there is this question mark if the company, the kindergarten, have no places where they can accommodate you. This one will be a problem for you back there to search an accommodation, an apartment, when you are still here, when you're still there. So it will be hard, and so consider going to old home, to hospitals. Ask them, do you have accommodation? You have the time that you are Skyping. When you're having your interview, this is one of the questions that you should be putting on a paper, because at the end of the interview, they ask you, do you have something to ask? Do you want something to know from us? And this is one of the questions. And I'm telling you, when somebody, after the interview, you have to know, in Germany, somebody will ask you about what do you think about us? Do you have a question? You have to be having something to ask, something to say. So you cannot say, no, it's okay, I did understand everything. No, have that thing. Prepare yourself and say, when they tell me, I will ask this thing. And so that is also to application, that you should know about the company that you are applying to. When you get a company and they want to take you, go in the internet, search about them, say something about because the first question you will hear is, how did you get us? How did you come to know us? Or what do you know about us? And that is important for them. Every company wants to know that you know what you're coming to find here, and you know who are they, what they do. So that is an important thing. So another thing is the duties of Aupair. As you all know, Aupair is like worldwide. Everywhere you can hear about Aupair. As I told you, it's a youth exchange program, and it's a culture exchange program for young people. And so that's why they don't have so much to say, because you are going in a family. Our family is welcoming you and is answerable to you, for you. And On the other hand, programs, the BDF and the FSJ, these are volunteer that you come, you are a grown-up, you can check about yourself, you can do something without being directed. And so that is a different that when you come here, you can also take an apartment somewhere, and the company just want to have you in the morning, to have you in the time that you are expected in the job. So that is one thing. And for Aupair, you do laundry, like ironing, like cooking for the kids, taking them to kindergarten, vacuum cleaning, such thing, easy jobs. You work for 6 hours in a day, and you have 2 days free in a week, and you have 26 days holiday. So that is to Aupair. For the other programs, you are in a full-time job. That is to say, 40 hours is here, the full-time jobs. And for you, for volunteer, it says you are in the company every week for 40 hours. And the rest of the hours, maybe if you have worked overtime and you have a day free, they will give you a day free. You work in the weekends and you have 1 weekend free, the next weekend you're working. That's how they do it. And you have shift that you can come in the morning or you can come in the evening. So that one is, I don't think that you do night shift. I am not sure, but I think they don't allow. Another thing, important thing is that this program, like Aupair, the government follow it. There are people who are there for you, mostly because most of the people come with the agents. And even not agent, you will come here and get somebody who is coming and checking, because you're under 25. You know, most of you are under 25. 26 is also considered as a kid here in Germany, that you are not out, you're not grown up. From 27, that is a grown up person who can do anything and nobody cares. And so the government come and check the program, or you have where you go to exchange your experience. You go, you have 30 days holiday as volunteers. You also have some 2 weeks also where you come and meet another volunteers from another country or from other countries. And still you should know that volunteer jobs are not only for foreigners, they are also for German people who don't know what next. They say, oh, let me volunteer for 1 year before I know what I'm going to do in future. Let me say so. Because it's very normal here to hear somebody with 26, this person don't know what I want to be in future. So they are still searching what will I become. So it's very normal. Another thing is that for volunteer job, it's like you go help in Einkaufen. Einkaufen is shopping. There are those people like daycare. They cook for themselves or they order food. And mostly they like to cook for themselves because they will help those people who have come to maybe peel potatoes, cook with them. So they like cooking. So you'll help with shopping. You will take these people to an appointment, like in the house doctors, and help with feeding, like feeding, changing pampers, if you can be able. This is not for everybody, and they don't force you to do, but they expect to see something from you. And if you're coming to these places and you want in future to do, like most of them, they do Ausbildung later as nurses and so that's where the places that you are. That's why it's called a volunteer job, to know what next. Is this what I want? So you will learn in this time if this is what you want, or should you go to another place, and so on and so forth. So you also do hard craft with these people, like drawing, taking them outside for a walk, such thing. What working hours? Exactly working hours. I told you, Aupair 6 hours in a day, and 2 days free, and for social worker 40 hours in a week, and you get in between a free day. So, and you work mostly from 8 o'clock to 16 o'clock. So to 4, from 8 to 4 o'clock. So another thing is the payment. Payment for Aupair. This, we don't have payment for all this program. For Aupair, you get pocket money. For volunteers, you get pocket money. Remember, you're coming to exchange culture and to volunteer yourself. So we don't call it money. We call it a pocket money of 280 for Aupairs and above, and from 400 and 750 for the volunteers. Why? Because some of the companies will give you accommodation, and they will be paying for your water, your electricity, and that's why some company can say we are just giving you a pocket money of 400. Others will give you 750 and tell you sort yourself, get an apartment. Another thing that you should know, an important thing, is that you are going to pay for your food. That means the 400 euros, you're going to sort yourself with food. But they give you lunch when you're there in the daytime and you want to eat. Most of the companies, they allow you to have a meal there. You can eat in the evening when you have a late night, a late dienst. Oh God, Spätdienst. When you have when you are there in the morning, you'll get lunch, and when you are there in the evening, you'll get your dinner. So such things. So but you know, when you are somewhere, of course, you want to go home and have something in your mouth. And you know, the days that you are free, you have not eaten there. You have to have money to sort yourself, to buy a jacket when the weather is not good, to buy something nice and such things, and that is to payment. So the other thing is the visa application. I think this video, I'll make it long. You can watch it in 2 times when you have time. Applications and the cost of Aupair. I saw you are paying 75 euros or dollars, not euros, dollars for the application of the visa. For social work, they don't charge, but just ask. But I know it's a volunteer job. Why should you be charged? Most of the things for volunteer people, they don't charge. Most of the things, they say you're coming to volunteer, so you don't have money. You're not getting money. That's why you're getting a pocket money. So another thing is that you should know is that when you get your visa, you're getting a 3-month valid visa from your country. When you come here, you have to extend this visa, and that one you will do it with your family. So you're going to your Ausrede beholder in the state that you are in, as a foreign office. Foreign office, get your visa extended to 1 year. Later, if you want to go for another 6 months, you still go there. And that's how they work. And that's why I told you, nobody should cheat you that you're coming here with that 3-month visa and they will extend to 3 years or 2 years. They don't do. They cannot do. Don't be cheated. They cannot do. As long as you are here just for such things, they cannot do. They extend your visa according to your situation. So if you don't have a situation that is allowing you to stay for more than 1 year, nobody will give you a visa for 1 year. Nobody. It's not possible in Germany. So, or a resident, somebody says a citizenship, that you're getting a citizenship and you are paying for this for over 300,000 Kenyan money. You are being cheated. Nothing of the sort in Germany. So another thing is what you need before visa application. One is a contract. Don't apply or get an appointment when you don't have a contract. Another thing is your passport, very important. You have to have it. You have to have a good conduct or a police clearance. I hope that one is telling you something. You have to have a health certificate that satisfies you don't have any infection, disease, or you are okay, you can work for this what you have applied, and so on. Another thing, important thing, is accommodation. You have to show in the embassy that you have an accommodation, very important. Another thing is translated document, both original and then the translated thing. You have to take it in English and in Germany. In this, you help these people know that you are very good organized. And I told one person yesterday, and I told him the best thing, the good thing that you can do or you can top up to these people at the embassy is to be organized, because German people are organized. When you go there, put your document, have the first paper that you have written. Number 1 is this, number 2 is this, number 4 is this, number 3, such thing that you are organized. And then arrange your paper according to the front page. Arrange them. You said number 1 is visa, the passport. Number 2 is the secondary school. Number 3 is my B1 certificate. And so this person will put the front paper on the side, and she or he will just be going, number 1 is that, number 2, and that shows how you are organized. It makes them, for them, it will take less time, and they will know, oh God, this person know what Europe or what people in Germany need. Organizing your thing. And so be organized, make it easier for them. Go with your translated document that they can see. If it's a German person, this person don't have to take more time on reading your English. This person can also read your German, your translated papers, and quick, he is done. So another thing is about the tickets. The tickets, you have to have something like your booking, a booking ticket, a paper that shows that you have booked your ticket. This one is very important. You have not bought the ticket, you have booked. So this paper should be included in your application form. So that is another thing, a very important thing, but don't buy the tickets, you're just booking. And when you book, you get a paper that shows that you have booked the tickets. Another thing is accommodation. Accommodation, as I told you here, you can get an apartment in the hospitals if you are lucky to get one. And at this time, I'm telling you, it's very hard. It's very hard even for us outside here, even for me. Today, I cannot just go out and say, I want another apartment and I get it. It's hard. It's becoming hard, and every year, I was telling my sister, every year you get somebody who is telling, you get the company saying that we have added the rent. So, and you don't have choice, you don't have anything to say, because where will you go? Where will you go? So that is a challenge that you should know. And that's why I told you first ask if these people are having accommodation. If you have somebody you know, please try to search for these volunteer jobs near that person, so that you can go to that person and be living with that person. Another thing is WG, Wohngemeinschaft. That WG is in a, like, you are in one apartment that have 5 rooms, and you can get your bedroom, but you share the kitchen and the toilet. So that is an alternative for the student and those people who comes for volunteer jobs. So if you happen to get a volunteer contract and you don't know what to do, you have to search for Wege von Gemeinschaft. And if you don't, you are not able to do this, try to get people that you know. Most of you who are coming, they know somebody. If you don't know somebody, that does not mean that you will not make it. Just search a way that tell the company, ask them, do they have an alternative? If they don't have alternative, just you can just email me and I try to help you. Maybe we can be able to solve it. Another thing is family. Yeah, exactly. You can get help from family, friends, and the company. What to carry? What to carry? I'm telling you, just check which season you are coming. Because if it's on a winter, you are coming from Mombasa, you don't know jacket, you're going to know the jacket at that time. Another thing, the way you're wearing in the airplane. That one, when you come here, you're wearing a skin tight and hope you are here at this time. We have minus and oh, you will hate it. So just check the season. When are you coming? Check how long is it. Like, let me say, like somebody who is coming next month in March. You should check that you have a jacket, some warm clothes for 2 months. It's just 2 months or 3 months. And then you check the rest. The rest will be summer and spring. So you have to check which clothes do I need, which are important. Because most of the clothes that you carry, you come to just put them aside. You will come and see nice thing. And that's why you don't have, at first, you carry the important thing that you need. You know, the cash, the money you are getting, it's just, you can count it in the money card, the current of your home country. But when you come here, the 400 euros, that is like 45,000 Kenyan money. When you come here, they are nothing. 400 is a little money. And so you have to check, what am I carrying? Look at which season we have. Another thing, like shampoos and everything, I wouldn't advise you to carry soaps and so many things. I would just tell you, check a little bit this small thing, like for 2 weeks. Like for 2 weeks, because I considered at home, when I buy Nivea at home, it costs 350 Kenyan shillings. Here, Nivea, you're getting it for the same money, like almost the same money or less, even less. You're getting this, and don't take a mark like Nivea, just take another mark. You will get something like for 100 Kenyan shillings. That is 1 euro. 1 euro here. So why do you carry something like 250 Kenyan shillings? You bring it in Europe, and in Europe you will go to discount shop or shopping centers. Here you will get less, even for 60 Kenyan shillings. So I would not advise you to carry heavy things like detergent and like at my time, we carried a lot of shampoos because we were told this, you should carry this, and at the end, they are not helpful. We could carry such bottles for 900 Kenyan shillings. For what? You come here, you get for 1 euro. So for 100 shillings. So that one, just get a little bit of what you need, what you think is important for you. And then when you come here, sort yourself. You can carry the cash, the pocket money with you. Another thing is this thing, pocket money. Pocket money, you can carry a little bit money. Why do I say this? There are companies that can pay you Vorschuss, that's what we call it. They can give you a little money and be deducting you when you are here, when you are in the company. But not every company. And to be sure, you can just carry a little bit pocket money with you. Another thing is what? Another thing is, what will you get here when you come? One thing is the weather. Maybe you will come when it's summer and the sun is too hot, not like the way you are used at home. Another thing, when you come, maybe it's winter, it's too cold. So one thing that you will expect when you come in the airport is that the weather. Another thing, you will see that nobody is interested with you. Everybody is walking up and down. If you expect you are seated there and you don't know what to do, you have your luggages and you cannot carry everything, and you cannot, here we don't, our what do we call it in English? Our wagon, what we push in the airport. Like every airport, you get this for free. But here, you have to pay for this, and not to pay in cash. You have to pay with your card. So it's I usually see some people who come from outside, they get problem in this, because even they don't have the card to pay the luggage carrier, this one for pushing. And so they have to stay there and nobody is helping. What you have to do is, when you enter in Germany, you have to talk. Say, Beth said we have to talk. Ask somebody to help you. Tell people, nobody will ask, do you need help? Like in Kenya, you come and everybody's, yeah? Here, nobody will ask you. So that is a thing that you should know. You have to talk. You have to ask. Not that they don't want you to help you, but nobody you will see coming towards you, asking you. It's a kind of, our kids, even the Muzungu, did not like the way people forced us to buy something. Here they know when you don't want to buy something, you should not be forced. Like we went for safari and then they sell these bangles and everything. They were to put, please buy this one, I'll give you for 20 euro, or 5 euro. They don't like that. If they want something, they will buy. And it's not that it's only what they know, what they have done. If I want something, I do it. You don't have to force. So that is another thing. Another thing is the language. Oh, the language. You will say, I have learned B2 German certificate. You come here, you don't understand anything. And that is not a problem. It's the way they pronounce, the way you get run in your countries is not the same, but with time you're going to catch up. Another thing is the tickets. You have to know that before you enter a train, a bus, you have to buy your tickets. Get help from somebody. Let them tell you what to do. When you go to the companies, ask these people, ask your boss. He or she will show you a person who can help you. If you have roommates, ask them how to go about this. Another thing, after a week, homesick, lonely, you're just alone, you see everybody they like to sit on the couch and just watch TV alone. They don't want, after job, I need my peace. So you'll get this thing emotional. You don't have a person who you can talk with and such things. But right now we have smartphones and we have WhatsApp, so you can contact your family back at home and you talk a little bit. At our time it was hard. Another thing is timekeeping at your jobs. You have to learn to be punctual, even a minute, not late. Be punctual. Better you go for 10 minutes earlier than being late. That is something that we had to discuss with my family back at home. We have a late and people are coming, I'm coming, you can't see me. And after 2 hours, nobody is there. So that is another thing that will shock you. Another thing is food. Food, whatever you will eat, the first 1 month, you're going to lose kilos, I'm telling you. But we have fast food which everybody, like the chicken, fried chicken. It tastes almost the same like at home, but it's not the same, but you can eat such things. So you will have to feed from junky food. So that one maybe, and you have to cope with. Within 3 months, you will be an expert for this. Another thing is confidence. This one I could have put in number 1, that you have to be confident. You have to talk out. You have to interact. You have to show, I'm here and I want to be with you people. Another thing is, you're not happy about your job after some months. What should you do? The next thing is just to calm down, think about what you're doing, because this company, it's very, for au pairs, you can get another family through agent. For these people, you came through the company. That means you have to search another job so that you quit to this company. And another thing, when you go out of this job, they won't pay you. And the government want to know that you're getting some money in your pocket every month. And your insurance is paid, very important. So they give you 3 months. 3 months to search another job. If you don't get another job, they will take you home. And another thing, don't quit your job before you get something else. So if you're not satisfied, search for another job. Explain them your situation. I am in this company. I'm not feeling well. I feel that people are not understanding me. I need to change, because these people, it's very rare and very normal for us in Germany for these people